Okay, so I'm going to do cadences. So this is on page 15 of your purple pack. We are not doing question number 1. We are jumping to question number 2. So the first thing that you need to know is what cadences are. Cadences are found at the end of phrases, and there's 4 types of cadences that we're going to do. The first type being half cadence, otherwise known as a deceptive cadence. And that is when we end with chords that go 1 to any other number, okay? It can be any other number. So it's basically any cadence that does not end in 1. The second is going to be a plagal cadence. And that is when we go 4-1. So anytime it ends with 4-1, it's also known as the Amen cadence. If you've ever gone to church, it's what is at the end of your hymns. 3 and 4 are very similar. So we have an imperfect cadence, which goes 5-1, and a perfect cadence also goes 5-1. Okay, so I take a screenshot of that and add it or write it down so that you know what your choices are. And I'm going to explain the difference for the perfect. The perfect difference is in the 1 chord. The soprano note must be the same as the name of the chord. Okay, so I shall give you an example of this. So here we are in the first question, and there's only 2 chords as I mentioned. So the first chord, we're going to name the notes. And we're going to make a snowman just like we did previously. So G, B, D. This is in a G chord there. Here we have a D, A, F, D. Okay, so I do the same thing. So I make a D, F, A, and a D chord. We are in the key of D. So that makes my last chord a 1. And my first chord, if I count up, D, E, F, G, it's a 4 chord. So if I look at my list, I will see that this is a plagal cadence. So you just label it there. Going to the next example, I am in F major, and I'm going to do the same thing with my notes, label them. I make my snowmen, so I have an E and a C and a B. So the G is missing there, but I know it's a 5-7 chord because I've counted up from F. So I go F, G, A, B, C. So that's how I know it's a 5-7 chord. And the next one I go F, A, C. So it's F major, which is 1. Okay. So here's the difference in how you tell. I look to see if it's perfect or imperfect by looking at the soprano note in the 1 chord only. If this is the same as this, then it's perfect. But since it's not, it's imperfect. Okay. Next example. We are in E flat major. So I name my notes E, B, G, E, D, F, B. I do my snowman E, G, B. So this is an E flat chord, which would be a 1 chord. And then here, is that right? Yes, it is. And then here I have a B, D, and F. So it's a B flat chord. So I go E, F, G, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5. So anytime we end in anything other than a 5, it's called a half cadence or deceptive cadence. The next example is in a minor key. I know because of the accidental. So it's G. If I go down 3 half steps from G, I go down F sharp, F, E. So we are in E minor. Okay, labeling my notes: B, F, A, D, E's, G's, E. I think you can tell right away that this is an E minor chord at the end because there's 3 E's, pretty good indication. A lowercase 1 for that. And then I'll do my snowman. I have a B, D, an F, and an A. If I count up from E, F, G, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a 5/7 chord. It is in root position, so a B7. Okay, so I see that it's a 5/1. I tell you that this is a perfect cadence because the E matches the E, so that's the only thing that makes it perfect. Okay, so now when you go to do the last thing, the last example on the page, you are going to do 1 chord per where you can kind of see where you're going to do a chord. So 1 chord per eighth note or quarter notes. So it's just pretty simple and straightforward. Having said that, your cadence is going to rest at the end of the first phrase. So you should have 1 cadence marked here and 1 cadence marked here. Okay, and you analyze the other chords just as we've done previously. Okay, thanks. Have a good day.